Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for this video today. If this is your first time here, I'm TJ. If it's not, welcome back to my channel. Now, as many of you guys who have been following me since the start know, I absolutely love radio frequency. Radio frequency is what I started my channel with, and for the past 2 years, it's formed a huge part of my skincare routine. Since starting my channel, I've been lucky enough to try and test several different types of radio frequency machine. Obviously, this is the one that I started everything with. It's my tried and trusted device. And for nearly 2 years, it hasn't done me wrong. But the thing is that this device needs to be plugged into the mains power. It's very difficult to control the temperatures and know that your skin is reaching those right temperatures without using a thermal imaging camera, which is an additional expense. And of course, the zapping that comes with this device can sometimes be a little bit off-putting. So me being me, I've continued my search trying to find a device that could replace this one. And I've tried a few devices. I've tried entry-level devices. I've tried combination devices. Some of them have been fantastic, some of them not so great, which means that my search had to continue. And I finally found a radio frequency device that not only knocks my original machine off the top spot, but far outperforms it. Now, just to make this clear before I continue any further with this video, this isn't an advert or an infomercial. It's not a sponsored video. I'm not being paid to say what I say in this video. And that's true across the board on any of my videos. I've never been paid to say anything, and it goes against the very things that I stand for, which is what I share with you guys are my own personal thoughts and opinions. I'm not coerced to say anything. I wouldn't be coerced to say anything, and any company that tried to do that to me, I'd be quite happy to out them, as I have done in past videos. So all of my opinions on the device that I'm going to be showing you today, they are my own. This is just me sharing the things that I love and sometimes hate with you guys to help you make a more informed decision about your future purchases when it comes to the devices that you use as part of your skincare routine. With that said, I have been gifted this device. I'm under no obligation to use it. I'm under no obligations to make a video about it. But I mean, it's a free device and I was going to try it, and I am so glad that I did. So what exactly is this awesome radio frequency device that I'm talking about? Well, it's this one right here. This is the Evenskyn Lumo, which is a premium salon grade device that combines 5 different treatment modes for maximum skin rejuvenation. And it really does work as well as it looks. By utilizing the skin boosting power of radio frequency, it's able to heat the dermis to an impressive 60 degrees Celsius or 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And it holds it there for 20 seconds before slowly reducing that temperature. Once it reaches 41 degrees Celsius, it holds it at that temperature until you move on to the next area, with 41 degrees Celsius being roughly around about 105 to 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, this is the temperature that you need to denature that collagen, to break it all down, and then to kickstart the body's own collagen production process. Without achieving the correct temperatures, it's impossible to boost collagen production. And of course, I don't want to have to pull out my thermal imaging camera every time I'm doing a treatment just to make sure that things are working as they should. With this one, it knows. But aside from just having radio frequency, it's also got a whole host of other different treatment options in here. It operates on a 1 megahertz bipolar radio frequency signal and also utilizes red light therapy to help soothe the skin and boost collagen production from 2 different angles, which for me personally, I have noticed really does seem to help me get the most out of each treatment. The reason that I decided to share this device with you guys and let you know why I love it so much is not just the radio frequency that is helping my skin with this. It really has offered me customizable treatment options and fits perfectly into my skincare routine. Now, as you're probably already aware, I use a lot of different devices, so it can be difficult for me to know which devices are doing what at any given time. So for the purpose of this device, I've been using it now for 60 days. I've not been using any other devices alongside it. I did have PDO threads done around about 35-40 days ago now. But other than that, I've just been following my everyday skincare routine with my serums, my peptides, and my other topicals, which I use to help prevent my acne breakouts and repair the damage from the acne that I've had in the past. And I've been using this. So I mentioned that the Evenskyn Lumo has 5 different modes built into it. Obviously, the most important mode is the radio frequency. The radio frequency mode is also the first option that comes up when you power the device on. And the way that radio frequency works is that it heats the dermis from within, it helps to break down those old collagen strands and forces the body to create fresh ones. Basically what it's doing is it's creating a heat-induced thermal wound. It's a controlled wound, and your body reacts to that by sending plenty of white blood cells and fibroblasts to that area. These fibroblasts lay down type 3 collagen. This type 3 collagen is then replaced with type 1 collagen, which is what keeps your skin looking youthful and vibrant. Now, if you're looking at learning more about the way that radiofrequency works with collagen stimulation, I'm going to throw some links to my other videos down below where I dig deeper into the science of all of this. When it comes to home treatments, radiofrequency is one of the ones that I'm really well versed with now. But for 99% of people, you're going to be able to take what I share with you, what I learn, the things that I show you, and you're going to be able to apply them yourself. And the great thing about this is that if it doesn't really work for you, you can switch things up until you find a way that does. So the second treatment option that we have on here is radiofrequency with ionic cleansing. Now, the ionic cleansing helps to unblock pores and deeply cleanses the skin for a brighter, more clear complexion. When I'm using this treatment mode, what I do is I will apply one of my reusable skin cleansing cloths onto here. I apply my favorite toner and I will really cleanse my skin, and this helps the product to really push it in, clean everything out, and give me a really good canvas for getting to work with the rest of the treatments. Next up, we have radiofrequency, ENI, and PHOTON. Now, the ENI mode helps to push serums and water-based products deeper into your skin, which basically means that you're able to get much more out of the products that you're applying topically. And instead of them just evaporating and drying up on the surface of your skin, you're able to get them into the deeper layers, which is where they're going to work their best. For the fourth option, we have radiofrequency, EMS, and PHOTON. Now, EMS helps to work on your facial muscles. It's going to help to stimulate that muscle mass, which is going to build strength and tone, and it's going to help lift everything up, support it in place, giving you a sharper, more chiseled jawline, plumper, more full cheeks, tighten up the turkey neck, and stimulate and tighten and tone those neck muscles. But of course, a device like this isn't made just for the face. You can literally use it anywhere on your body that you want. Obviously, when you're using radiofrequency, you're avoiding the thyroid gland, the voice box, so anywhere in the center line here. Otherwise, you're pretty good to use it anywhere else. The last mode that we have on this is the cool plus PHOTON. Now, with the cool mode, there is no radiofrequency, and what this does is it gently cools the skin to 13 degrees Celsius. It helps to reduce redness, inflammation, and irritation, which is especially useful after you've done a radiofrequency treatment and your skin might be feeling a little bit hot and sensitive. I also find that the cool function really does help with the spider veins on my face. As a lot of you guys already know, I do suffer with rosacea, so the cool function on this really does help overall redness of my skin. Basically, I've got one clinic grade device right here that gives me 5 clinic grade treatments. And I can say, hand on heart, that this has given me some fantastic results, and it really does do what it claims to do. You can really feel this one working when it's on your skin. You can feel it in the days afterwards, but more importantly, you can see the results with your own eyes. Some of these results are instantaneous and will be down to the slight swelling under the skin. But really, it's after around about 6 weeks that you start noticing things really changing, tightening up, lifting, having more tone, a clearer complexion. All of these things do come with this. Obviously, different skin types will react differently to things, depending on how much collagen and elastin you have, how much laxity you've got in your skin. All of these things play a role in how quickly you see results. Now, for me, I'm in my early 40s. My skin was really awful. Just under 2 years ago, I looked like a completely different person. With everything that I've done over the past couple of years, I've really managed to transform my skin and turn back that clock a little bit. And this really is just the cherry on top of the cake for me. And the best part is that doing my full face takes me literally 5 minutes. Now, I am going to be demonstrating how I use this, but I just want to talk a little bit more about radiofrequency and the kind of things that you can experience with it. So as I've covered it in many of my videos before, radiofrequency does have the potential to cause facial fat loss. And facial fat is a good thing. It creates an illusion of youthfulness. And as we get older, we tend to get fat where we should be thin, and we get thin where we should be fat. Now, while radiofrequency does have the potential to cause facial fat loss, this typically only occurs when you're using genuine clinic grade devices. And whilst this is a clinic grade device, it's not a professional clinic grade device that you would see in a cosmetic surgery office or an esthetician's clinic. It's still primarily a home use device. Now, the devices that they use in cosmetic surgery clinics typically will be monopolar radiofrequency. This is where you'll be holding onto some sort of conductor, or it will be placed on your chest or something, and the signal basically is traveling through your skin, really through the deepest layers, and then out through wherever you're holding that conductor. The heat generated will be a lot stronger. which is typically why those kind of treatments are a once every 2 years type of thing. And even with those kind of treatments, the risk of facial fat loss is pretty low. Now, I've been using radiofrequency as part of my monthly skincare routine for nearly 2 years, and I have not experienced any facial fat loss whatsoever. If anything, my skin has been revolumized. But that's because I don't overuse or abuse the devices that I have. I know my schedule to follow, I know when I need to do the treatments, and I know that you really can have too much of a good thing. Now, as I mentioned, the Lumo is a clinic grade device, so following the proper schedule is really important. If you stick to the recommended schedule, you're not going to really experience any issues whatsoever. So as I mentioned earlier, to do a full face treatment takes 5 minutes. When you include the neck, it takes 8 minutes to do. And it's because of that that you can use this much more regularly than you would do with the original device that I used to use. As the heat is really controlled and the timings are pretty much set, the risk of causing damage to your skin or the fat underneath the skin is really minimal. So how often should you or could you use the Evenskyn Lumo? As a general rule of thumb, anyone under the age of 40 who still has a reasonable amount of elasticity and collagen in the skin, it's recommended to use this twice a week up to intensity level 4. Ideally, you want to be taking at least 3 days break between each treatment, with a total weekly duration of between 15 minutes for a full face treatment or 20 minutes for the face and neck combined. Now, for those who are aged 40 years and older, it's recommended to use this device 3 times a week on level 5. Now, you don't need to start off at level 5, you can start off at level 1 and build up your tolerance. And ideally, you're looking at having a 2-day break between each treatment. The total usage for this each week should be 20 minutes for a full face treatment or 25 minutes for the face and neck combined. And of course, once you start noticing those changes coming in, those results are starting to become more apparent, then you can start to drop that frequency until you find your personal maintenance mode level. Now for me, I know that my maintenance level is approximately every 6 to 8 weeks with a home use device. So now I've covered everything that I wanted to cover and share with you guys. I am going to give myself a treatment. This is the treatment that I've been following since I started using this device. The first thing you need to do is to clean your skin and make sure it's free of makeup and oil and pollutants and anything on the surface that you don't want pushed in. I wash my face 5 minutes before hitting the record button on the camera, so my skin is already clean. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to apply some of my favourite serums and topicals that I really want to penetrate into my skin. So I have a Centella Asiatica serum right here, so I'm just going to apply a few drops of this. The reason that I apply some of my Centella Asiatica first is because the cleansing mode is going to push that into my skin whilst drawing out any of the topical impurities that I've got going on. So to cleanse my skin, I have my little facial cleansing cloth right here. Just place a magnetic ring over the top. We have that there. I'm just going to take one of my favourite toners that I use. IONIC Cleansing, level 4. And then all I'm going to do is just quickly work this in a circular motion just to make sure that my skin really is nice and clear. Okay, that is my skin clean, so I'm just going to turn that off. Take this off, and then I'm going to put this into my little basket right here for washing and reusing later. So now my skin is cleansed and prepped and ready to go. The next step is to apply my conductive gel. Now the great thing about the Evenskyn Lumo is that it has been designed to be able to work on your skin without needing to use conductive gels. The frequency is able to travel from the tip of the device into the skin without any of them. However, just because you don't need to use a conductive gel with the Lumo doesn't mean that you shouldn't. By applying a really good conductive gel to your skin, you're going to be intensifying the frequency as it enters the skin, which ultimately is going to lead to more dramatic results. Now with my older device, I used to use aloe vera gel or ultrasound gel. There's a bit of a myth going around that ultrasound gel doesn't work with radio frequency. It really does, as with microcurrent, radio frequency, anything like that that needs a conductor in it. If it's water-based, it's the water that is the conductor. So for this treatment, I'm going to be applying some of my favourite hyaluronic acid gel mask. I guess it's the size of a small grape or a small olive. And all I'm going to do is rub my hands together, just gently pat it on where I'm treating. Now, if you want to boost the conductivity of your gels and your serums, you can add a little bit of sea salt into it. The minerals will help improve conductivity. But for me, I feel that this is more than enough. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the combination treatment of radiofrequency, EMS and photon. And I'm going to show you just how quick it is to do a treatment with this. So I'm going to start at the chin area. 1, 2, 3. And then moving up to the corner of the mouth. That's hot, you can really feel the heat there. But also you'll notice that my face is all scrunching up, it's really tingly, the muscles are contracting. It's doing several treatments at once with this. Next I'm going from under the nose up towards the temples. Then I'm going around the upper cheeks. So 3 sweeps on each time, and then I'm going from the nose bridge across and out. And then up and across, up and across, up and across. That's half of the face treated. So the next step, the other side. Upper cheek. Three. Nose bridge and then across. And then up and across. Okay, that is the face done. So now I'm just going to do the neck quickly. So it's just both sides really, avoiding the centre line and under the chin. You can feel this really working all along the under jaw area and under. And that's pretty much it. That is done. So now what I'm going to do is just give myself just a little bit of a boost under the chin area because I'm kind of really loose around there. And then obviously because I've got a little bit of gel still going on here, I just work on the gel area as well. and then the other side. And that is the treatment done. So as you see there, what I done was that I extended my treatment and customized it slightly to my most problematic areas, which tends to be my jowl, my jawline, and under the chin area. Now, since I've been using this, I have noticed huge changes in these areas with the tightness, with the firmness, and just of the overall look of them looking more chiseled and sharp. So now that I've finished the treatment, the final thing that I'm going to do, obviously, as I suffer from rosacea, is I want to cool my skin down. The radio frequency on this, you can really feel that heat driving into the skin as you're drawing it across the surface of your face and along your neck. So you get the combination of the EMS, which is really tingly, and it's actually a really pleasant feeling, but you do get that really intense heat, which obviously is what stimulates collagen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly switch this onto the Cool Plus Photon. This has got a special refrigeration feature on it, and it really does bring your skin temperature down to 13 degrees Celsius in literally no time at all. And already I can feel this. It feels like I have an ice cube running across my face. It's that cooling. What it's going to do is it's going to draw that blood flow to the surface of the skin now. Obviously, you've already created the thermal damage that you need for stimulating those fibroblasts and collagen production. By bringing the blood flow to the surface of the skin, you're going to be flushing away all of those impurities. It's going to help reduce any swelling or irritation that you might get from the heat. Now, as there's no radio frequency built into the Cool Photon mode, this is fantastic for early mornings, especially if you're feeling super tired, you're looking baggy under the eyes. Using this in combination with the Venus is absolutely a lifesaver in the morning, especially when you have to be up and out of that door straight away. So to cleanse it, all I'm going to do is I have just a little wipe here. This is an alcohol-free wipe. Just going to wipe over everything, make sure that it's nice and clean before I put it away. And it really is as quick and easy as that. I absolutely love this device. This is much more high-end than I would normally personally go out and pay for myself. But now that I've tried it and I've had a chance to work with it over the last 60 days, I really do feel that this is worth every penny. Now, if you're thinking about getting one of these devices and you're not sure if it's too expensive for you or it's something that is going to work for you, Evenskyn does offer a 60-day, no questions asked money back guarantee, which means that you get to try this yourself at home. If you're not getting the results that you want or you're not getting along with it, then you can return it for a full refund. Now, to me, that is a sign that a company truly stands by the power and performance of their devices. In fact, there aren't many companies out there, especially ones that I've purchased from before, that offer this kind of money back guarantee. So to me, that is a really important aspect of this device, that the company believes in their products enough to offer this kind of guarantee. Now, if you want to get your hands on this radio frequency machine and save a little bit of money in the process, I do now have a code with it. Now, just as a little bit of a disclaimer, whenever you purchase using one of my codes, it does earn me a little bit of commission, which goes towards me running my channel. You're never obliged to use my codes, and I never expect you to. I always appreciate it when you do, but really at the end of the day, I like to use my videos more as a springboard for you guys so that you can get all of the information you need, look around, make a really informed decision. And if you feel that what I've done has helped you along the way and you want to help support me and use my codes, then you know I always really appreciate that. But you're by no means obligated to use my codes, and I don't hold it against anyone who doesn't. It's entirely your choice. But yeah, guys, the Evenskyn Lumo has completely blown my old radio frequency device out of the water. From all of the functionality that it offers, from its build quality, from the skin heat temperatures that it achieves, everything is automated, everything is done for you as you're using it. This is something that I, hand on heart, absolutely love. It's a device that has really saved me so much time with my skincare routine. I don't have to do individual treatments that can sometimes take hours each week. I get to do it all at once with this. But yeah, if you've got any questions about this device or about the routines I follow or the topicals I use with it, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I do try my hardest to answer as many of you as I can. So if you've got a question, feel free to fire away. Of course, I always appreciate it when you give my videos a like, and it does help keep that YouTube algorithm happy as well. And if you haven't done so already, why not click on the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're first to know whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for joining me for this one today. I hope you have a fantastic day ahead of you. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I really look forward to seeing you in my next video. So until then, guys, TJ over and out.